History often gives us simple stories, like blaming World War I on an assassination, or World War II on Hitler. But these wars were not just accidents, they were the result of decades of greed, fear, and ambition. The real causes were a dangerous mix: powerful countries competing for land, a frantic arms race, secret alliances, and aggressive nationalism. Europe was like a tense playground, with the biggest kids, Britain, France, Germany, and Russia, vying for dominance. This rivalry created an atmosphere where any small incident could spark disaster. To understand why millions fought and died, we have to look beyond the headlines and examine the deeper pressures. This story isn't just about kings and generals, it's about how pride, anger, and fear can become the most dangerous weapons of all. And it's a warning: when nations forget the lessons of the past, destruction follows. Understanding these forces is crucial, because the warning signs still exist today. Before 1914, Europe's great powers were locked in fierce competition. Imperialism drove them to seize colonies for resources and prestige. Germany, late to empire building, felt entitled to more, making rivals uneasy. Militarism fueled an arms race. Germany built up its army. Britain responded with powerful battleships. Instead of making anyone safer, this made war seem logical. Secret alliances split Europe into two camps: the Triple Entente, France, Russia, Britain, and the Triple Alliance, Germany, Austria, Hungary, Italy. A small conflict could now drag everyone in. Nationalism added fuel. Some groups wanted independence, others believed their nation was superior. Nowhere was this more volatile than the Balkans, where ethnic tensions simmered. Europe was a powder keg, primed for a spark. The stage was set for catastrophe. On June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated in Sarajevo by a Serbian nationalist. Austria-Hungary blamed Serbia and, backed by Germany, issued impossible demands. Serbia turned to Russia for help. Alliances snapped into action. Within weeks, Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia, Russia mobilized, Germany declared war on Russia and France, and Britain joined after Germany invaded Belgium. A regional crisis became a world war almost overnight. The assassination was just the trigger. The real explosion came from years of rivalry, militarism, alliances, and nationalism. The powder keg finally blew. Europe plunged into chaos. World War I ended in 1918, but the peace that followed was deeply flawed. The Treaty of Versailles punished Germany harshly. Blame, reparations, lost land, and a crippled military. Germans felt humiliated and betrayed. Their economy collapsed. The Great Depression made things worse, leaving people desperate and angry. This climate of resentment and hardship was fertile ground for extremist ideas. Many Germans longed for a leader who would restore pride and defy the hated treaty. The so-called peace was just a pause, not a solution. Instead of healing, the treaty sowed bitterness and a desire for revenge. A peace built on punishment only set the stage for more conflict. The world was about to learn this lesson the hard way. In Germany, anger and despair after World War I fueled the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party. Hitler promised to tear up the Treaty of Versailles, rebuild the military, and restore national pride. He blamed scapegoats, especially Jews and communists, for Germany's problems, channeling public anger. His message of rebirth and strength was irresistible to a desperate population. In Italy, Mussolini rose to power with similar promises of order and greatness. Fear of communism made people embrace these strongmen. Once in power, they dismantled democracy, used propaganda, and rebuilt their armies. Britain and France, haunted by the last war, tried appeasement, hoping to avoid conflict. But this only encouraged aggression, and the world edged closer to another war. The two world wars were deeply connected. World War II grew from the unresolved anger and injustice of World War I. The real causes weren't just assassinations or dictators, but imperialism, militarism, alliances, and nationalism. The Treaty of Versailles punished instead of healing, creating fertile ground for extremism. Economic crisis and wounded pride made people turn to leaders who promised strength and revenge. These wars teach us that peace built on vengeance is no peace at all. The true danger lies in unchecked ambition, fear, and pride, forces that can drive nations to disaster. Today, the same risks remain: competition, arms races, and nationalism. The story of the world wars is a warning. Peace is fragile, and must be protected. We must be wary of simple answers and leaders who exploit fear. Only by understanding these lessons can we hope to prevent history's worst mistakes from repeating.